got down here on it? I'm losing my mind. Anyways, day 4 or 5. We're in the tree. Got here. Had a good time. It's nice and brisk again. Ground floor's pretty wet. Didn't see a deer here this afternoon, or yesterday afternoon. So, I think I'm gonna give this an all-day set. And, we'll go from there, you know. Just try to see what we can come up with. Chance in Ohio. That was it. He read the script perfect. Everything was absolutely perfect. Oh, I can't believe that. I'm so pissed off at myself right now. Chances this morning. Been the best day I've had yet in a while. After I missed that buck, I actually just went and grabbed my arrow. I got down, went and grabbed my arrow. Could've swore I just heard a buck grunt. Might just be a bird, I don't know. Anyways, I went down and I grabbed my arrow just to make sure that I did miss him. I was 99.9% sure that I missed, but I actually did just cut just about a half inch of hair off the top of his back. But after that, about 10 o'clock, an absolute stud of a buck came from the same way he came from and come down, and I thought he was going to take the same exact line this buck did, but he didn't. He stopped, and instead of coming down this bench, he turned and he went the other way on this bench. He was at probably 35, maybe 40 yards at most, but it's just too thick. Way too thick. I don't even think I got him on film. I had the camera recording, but I couldn't find him in the viewer and the viewfinder to zoom in on him. It was just so thick. So I tried grunting at him, grunted a couple times. He just kept going, and I snort wheezed. He stopped. And at this point, I could just barely see movement. I couldn't really tell how he was reacting. He stopped for a minute. And probably 20-30 seconds, he just stopped. And then he kept going away from me. Well, was probably another 30 seconds to a minute after that. I see a deer coming from that same direction off that same bench, coming right at me. I thought for sure it was him. I could just see the body coming through the thick stuff. And it ended up being a small 8-point. He was coming to my grunts and the snort wheeze. He heard that and he come in all puffed up. But he got right out here in front of me, about 30 yards, still back in the thicker stuff, and spun around. I don't know if he smelled, I think he smelled the buck that I shot at this morning. Because he hit that, he got right close to where he walked through, about 10 yards away, and he spun and just barreled out of here. I don't think there was any way he got my scent. The wind was perfect, so I don't think he smelled me. I think he just got wind of the buck that I shot at this morning and bolted right out of here. So yeah, it's been a good morning other than my shooting. Everything's been good except for that. What do you do? Alright, I'm all set up back in the tree. I made a move. I'm actually in the drainage that I hunted yesterday morning and evening the day before. I was gonna set up further back that way, but there was a gentleman hunting on the trail there, so I kind of wanted to. He was hunting pretty close to the trail, so I didn't want to be too close to him. So I ended up going back here. I asked him if there was anyone back here. He said no. He was by himself, the younger Amish fella. So I'm gonna sit it out here. Hopefully we can get something to work here. It's kind of a similar setup to over there, but I'm a little bit higher up on the ridge, and I'm closer to the bend, so that way it shouldn't swirl. I should still get a consistent thermal pushing out that way as deer start working their way out of the ridge. So, or out of this drainage, I mean. So, I'm pretty excited. Hopefully we can see some deer. Looks like there's some decent sign in here. It's really, really thick, so seems to be where these more mature deer are moving through. It's in this thick stuff, so let's do it. Grunted at him a couple times and wheezed. Don't know what it was. I just knew it was a big body deer.
Really, stupid. It was just tall and skinny, like this wide.
We would have helped you after.
But it was tall.
Jake, here's your arrow for tomorrow.
When I first
Is that
seen
what
it,
that
he
small
never turned
game
his head
tap?
this way. He never turned his head sideways, so all I could see is the.
We gotta see this.
being
Bust out
high
the
up,
camera,
and he got
brother
closer and
Jacob.
closer. I said, "Oh, you're the motherfucker."
Yeah, let's plug it into the TV.
Oh, yeah. Hey, we're gonna go plug this into the TV. Watch Jake's
was in there
mishap.
The 8 was in there and the 7 was in there.
Roughing it. Giving everyone the tour of our deer camp, Charlie.
Oh, right on. It's really rough.
It's so hard.
Our cook's up there right now.
Oh, oh, there's Tony. Tony's taking a shower. You don't get showers at deer camp in Michigan, apparently. Come on now, brother Jacob.
Should only need the HDM.
Can we do it on that TV? Should be.
Should only need Steve. That's a nice buck.
That is a really nice buck. did hit that branch.
Right here.
Yep.
Fucking vine.
Yep.
Yeah, I know all about those vines.
Just like Charlie.
Hey, I'm not saying anything because
I went and pulled
He
it down at
hit
lunch.
the fucker dead nuts and killed it.
I hit a branch. You see it literally wave like this, and I drilled that thing right in the heart.
Yeah, I went.
It's hard to pick up the movement.
That bobcat. I couldn't,
Yeah.
I couldn't get the camera on that bobcat.
No.
That bobcat was huge.
Was it?
Dude, you didn't even look like you had legs.
It was fat, Garfield.
It was long too.
Well, Jesus, you see how many cottontails are out there? It's probably feasting.
The tail was, you know what I mean? There was no tail, but where his tail would come out, it was like fucking just.
Wow.
When I first saw it, I thought it was deer.
Loser shot.
His loser shot? I want to lose.
Don't say that.
Hey, I didn't see a deer today. Does that count as losing?
No, I didn't. Yeah, go back to.
God, that was
show
such a
Tony
nice
the
buck.
Beast.
Did you get the other one, the bigger one, the second one on top?
Good morning. It's day 6. Another beautiful day in Ohio. Another beautiful day to see a sunrise. Got in the stand this morning. Same place I hunted last night. Kind of leapfrog is what I do. Like today, I may get down and move, hunt the evening. Not going to be able to hunt tomorrow. They're expecting like 1 to 2 inches of rain. And in Ohio, that means flooding. So we may be done after today. Hopefully not. We'll see. Saturday's supposed to be high of 43, so I would love it if we were able to hunt all day Saturday. That was the plan. Then leave Sunday morning, go back and do deer camp in Michigan. But I don't know. But we got today, and I'm going to worry about enjoying today in God's country. And another day in the peace and quiet. Maybe I'll get a deer. That's just a bonus, right? So, there's that. Wow, that one snuck up on me. He was walking with the wind, but he walked right down my trail. Had some ever gum on my boots. When I was walking, I got close to the tree stand. I threw it on there just in case. Yeah, he's up there just trying to smell, trying to figure out what's going on.
about 10 o'clock right now. I had a 3-point on my right over my left shoulder that came down and was browsing up top, and then he went up. He just kept browsing up top. There's a lot of good browse up that way, and that's exactly where I'm gonna move here in another 2 hours. The only reason I'm waiting, I was gonna start getting down around 10, get up there at 11, but after he went through, I had a doe come down. It was blowing for some reason. I dropped a milkweed, and it's going straight out of the south. My wind's going way. I don't know what happened. It must have swirled and hit her. She turned around, and went back the way she came. And it wasn't, 20, 25 minutes later, I looked down here where the big scrape is, and I heard grunting. So I flipped the camera around, and she was in the scrape. She walked the right side down, right down like this, and he just started grunting, burr, 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 burr. And he hit the hole here, and it's about 40, 50 yards, and he was just a real tall spike horn. He might be a 4, but looks more like a spike. He walks the whole trail, drops right here. I could have, if it was a big deer, it would have been a 30-yard shot. Tops 40. They just circled this whole bowl, come back down. She was browsing down here, right where I was coming in, and she hit my, where I walk in. She hit it and stumbled a little bit, and then just kept walking, came right back up, and they both went right back out the same way they came. And then, so I've been standing the whole time since I've been in the stand, so I sat back down. The second I sat back down, I don't know, after about a half an hour after they went through the first time, I sit down, and he comes on the back side of the tree that the scrapes are on, and he walked back and went right away from me. I couldn't get the camera fast enough around, but it looked like the exact same spike horn, if not, maybe a different one, but it was a spike for sure. And he went out that way. Alright guys, it's 11:30 right now. I climbed down out of my tree just down the ridge here at 10:40. Jake just passed up a nice buck that we're all telling him he should have shot. I had a doe right up in here about an hour and a half ago. The wind picked up, and I said, yeah, I'm getting down. So I got down, hooked everything up, shot up here. It's kind of open, straight out to the right of me, and kind of to the left, but I got this blown down tree. The tree that I had picked out from the stand down there has a damn deadfall right next to it, and it's windy as hell right now, so I ended up coming over 10 feet. And I have to pick my shots to my left, back of me, perfect. That's where that 3-point was this morning. It was right behind my shoulder here, and it's kind of opened up to about 30 yards. To my right, over my shoulder, there's a scrape and a couple rubs. I can't shoot to the scrape. Well, I could if I stand up straight. I'm gonna have to shoot on my left if they go behind me, but if they come in front of me, I'm good all the way up to 40 yards all the way around me on the right side. And that's where those deer, for 2 nights in a row now, right around 5 o'clock, skim this and go up. And it's one single deer, all by himself. Last night, I'm eating my sandwich too, but last night when he came through, I grunted. Every time I grunt, he'd stop. And just keep walking. I'd grunt again, he'd stop. So, that's the reason I'm thinking it's that same buck that I saw 3 nights ago chasing that doe. I don't know what it is, but I feel really, really good about this spot. I almost felt like, I don't know, my wind's blowing up the drainage here. But I got a pinch point back behind me. And a lot of this, the water, there's a pond
south right here. And any deer coming off of this bench over here, this whole ridge system, there's a couple benches on the way up from it being mined for coal. All these benches coming this way, there's a bunch of sign, bunch of runways, bunch of scrapes and everything down here at the bottom, so I'm assuming the deer are coming off this bench, working their way down to this pinch point. So I hope that that's the case. Come here, come on. Come on. I thought for sure it was going to happen right there. It couldn't have been more than 60, 70 yards into that thick stuff. It came right off the ridge just like I thought it would. So God, that's been the story all week. Been a day late, a dollar short. Every time you see a buck bumping a toe, they've been in the thick stuff and they won't come out.
Hey guys, it's been about 15 minutes since I've shot. It's been about 15 minutes. He's laying right there. I could see his belly. He hasn't moved. I had to take him right here, in between the dark spot and his shoulder. Because when I pulled back, he was going to take a step forward and give me a perfect shot. But when I pulled back, I hit the blind and the camera at the same time. I think I hit the camera anyways. He looked right up at me, and I just put the pin down. It was like 12 yards maybe, and just drilled him. He ran about 20 yards. The arrow flew out. I can see the green knock right now. But he went in there, stumbled, as you could see. It's been a while. I had another buck up here. Sorry I couldn't turn the camera. I was more worried about him. Looks like a 7-point, but it's been years since I've been able to kill a nice buck with my bow. So that's Ohio. Thursday the 10th, and I finally got it done with the bow. Last year I got it done with the muzzleloader. So, well, I'm gonna text the boys and see if anybody wants to do some work tonight. See what they say.
Well, apparently I'm not the only one having action, because Charlie just shot one and it's laying 100 yards away from his stand. Good for him, good for you, bud. That's awesome. We've been hunting really hard, seeing a lot of deer. Just can't quite get a shot. Jake missed one. It's been tough. I've seen 8 different bucks. This is the 4 bucks I've heard chasing does and grunting. 2 of them tonight right here, and then 2 in the previous mornings. I'll be back here Saturday morning. Maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. What do we got over here? What do we got? What do we got? I thought it was a doe, so I kept my bow in my hand. I thought that was the doe that was getting chased over there, but then I kept hearing her over there. My God, this is nuts. Freaking 5 minutes right under this. I dropped my Pop-Tart wrapper and he ran right by it. I can still hear that doe bleating up there. Oh my God, I wish it wasn't. I can't wait to hunt this Saturday morning. It's supposed to be a high of 43 degrees. Oh my God. We're gonna get down here. I only got about 5 minutes left to camera light. My camera light's starting to fade, so we got out of the tree and we'll head towards Charlie. So, alright, we'll see you guys.
Hey, guess what I filmed before I shot that deer?
What?
Red-headed woodpecker.
You mean a
Stole my damn spirit bird! He came down, I'm filming it, I shut the camera off, and about 2 seconds later, it's like, I'm like, well, okay, here we go, Jake.
Doesn't Tony hunt right here somewhere?
I had
Pileated
another buck.
woodpecker.
So I called my dad because I when I pulled back, because he was right here, like at 15 yards, 12 yards, and the camera was against the tree, and I had to bend down under a tree branch that was out in front of me about 10 feet. So when I pulled back, the cam hit the top of the blind, and he looked right up at me, and I just put it right there. And then when I hit
Right
him,
in that crease.
yeah, when he fucking...
He smoked it too. You watched it in slow-mo. Smoked it.
When he went there, first thing I did is I zoomed the camera up on its belly, and you could see him breathing and shit, wiggling his tail. So I called my dad right away. Like, hey, what should I do? Should I get down?
Dude, he was on his phone with his dad before it even fell down. It hits the ground, starts
On video?
Yeah, it starts wiggling its tail, and he's like, yeah, I hit it in the shoulder. I'm like, who are you talking to, and how does he know what you're doing?
He's like, I might do a
Wait, Tony.
Backpack mount.
backpack mount.
A lot of walking. Holy smokes.
Brazo wants to do one.
I have walked the length of this drainage. It'll be 3 times after tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I met Jake like almost to the truck, so I'm like, I'm just gonna go drop my stuff off. I'm gonna turn around and carry it back in. So
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, Brazo wants to do a backpack mount. He's only gonna charge me like half the price, so
Nice.
I told him, I said, if I get one, I'll let you know.
Well, let's go. Let's go look at him.
Right on. You just
go back up there.
About damn time someone killed one.
Big old 5-point.
Jake buck.
Yeah, that's a nice buck.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nope, nothing wrong with that.
Good job, bud.
Nice work, Truffle.
Hell yeah. He broke off that brow. That maybe was the buck you saw this morning.
You know what I'm thinking it was. I have to look when we get back to Steve.
What do you got to say for yourself?
Well, the guys just finally got to me at 7 o'clock. It is Thursday the 10th, and we got the first Ohio buck down. Shot him about 10 after 5. Last night and the night before, I could just see the body of a deer up on this flat, and I was down one bench. 2 nights ago, it was about 10 after 5. Same thing, I grunted once, he'd stop, throw some leaves, he's making one of these scrapes here, and he just kept on going. Last night I got a little bit more aggressive when he came through it and did some grunting, and I was trying to stay off this flat here and trying to get him to come down to me. And Jake passed up a decent buck around 10:30 this morning, and my mind just clicked, and I just jumped down, got out of that tree, got up here on this flat, followed the scrape line to where it hits the thick stuff, and just got up in the closest tree that I could have, and 10 after 5 he came through. So you always hear it, 3rd time's a charm. So if you don't want to take that extra step and get him on the 3rd try, I guess you're screwing up. So first Ohio buck with a bow. I got one in muzzleloader last year, and this is the first one with a bow. I've been down here 5 years, hit a couple, missed a couple, so it's nice to get one under my belt. The guys got a couple more days, and hopefully they get one. So stay wild, and hopefully we got some more footage coming your way. Hopefully Jake stops passing some big ones up. Alright, stay wild, guys.
You got the hunter's feast.
You like the round fucking sausage, don't you?
Yeah, you like that. Tony's munching on some scallops.
Jake, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Got another bottle.
A little bourbon. Oh, we're going for the crawfish. Do it up.
You're supposed to suck that off there, but I'm not sucking that off there. How do you do it, Steve?
I don't even know what I want next.
A crawdad?
Yeah, you peel full.
So you,
Oh yeah, look at the steam coming off that.
there, Charlie, you'll eat these. Shrimp.
So we didn't go out today. It's been raining on and off pretty good, and just don't want to be out in this. And you shoot a deer and get a marginal hit,
you know, run the risk of not recovering it. So, taking a rain day today. It's alright, we're going to hunt all day tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day, and head back to Michigan. So, hope we can get her done. Get another one on the ground. We got Charlie's buck here all still in the game bags and everything. We're going to process that later, but it's this buck. I think he's going to do something cool with it, but when you go out of state and you're hunting, you got to actually get all the brain matter out. Can't transport that back into Michigan, so law was made. And they did the whole chronic wasting disease thing. So anytime we shoot deer, we gotta completely cape them out, totally take all the skin off. Even if we're doing a shoulder mount, we gotta take all the brain matter out. Even it's like a membrane that up in the brain and everything. Gotta take that out. So skull plate and just make sure it's clean, so we're not transporting it back to Michigan. So Charlie and Jake did that this morning, and if we get another deer, we're gonna have to do it again. So go eat some breakfast. Well, it's noon, so pack it in. Supposed to get downpour rains this afternoon and everything, so Tony and Jake are already tore down and headed back to the truck. They might even already be back at the truck, so it's starting to come down pretty good now. So it's been real, it's been fun. It hasn't been real fun. You win this time, Ohio. We'll be back. Stay wild.